Should you get a new recirculator valve or a blow-off valve? If that's a question you've been asking yourself, then this is the video for you. Happy holidays, everybody. I'm Randy, this is 55 Garage, and today we'll be discussing recirculator valves versus blow-off valves and why you should be interested in upgrading. So what is a recirculator valve and how does it work? A recirculator valve looks like this, and this is the stock valve that I've taken off of my car, and what it does is there is a vacuum line that is connected here. There is a large return hose that is connected here that goes into your intake tract. And what happens is when you close the throttle, this sees vacuum, which allows this little valve right here to open. Let's see if I can open it. And that allows the boost pressure to then be recirculated back into the intake tract. And you do get a little performance boost because that is less time for the turbo to have to spool back up. Since there is pressure already at the turbo fins, it just immediately spools back up, and it's one of the reasons why once you shift the gear and you come off the clutch and you open the throttle body, that those speed 3 doesn't have any lag. Now that we understand what a recirculator valve is and what it does, what's the difference between a recirculator valve and a blow-off valve? Well, the difference here is that with a blow-off valve, instead of recirculating the pressure back into the intake tract, it just vents to atmosphere, and normally you see those known as a VTA blow-off valve. The VTA stands for vent to atmosphere. I decided to order a Ventus from SURE Motorsports, and this is what you get. It's made of aluminum and it is adjustable. You can adjust the spring pressure. It also comes with some new hardware to bolt it to the car. So instead of using the 10mm bolts that are stock, it comes with these nice Allen-headed screws. It also comes with what they call the Ventus juice, which is basically the lubricant that you spray into here to keep it lubricated, as well as a plug. And what this plug is for is later on down the road, when you have modified your car and you're no longer using the reciprocated setup, you can unscrew the port for the reciprocator valve, and now you have a vent to atmosphere blow-off valve. And like I said earlier, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to get this, is because it does offer flexibility for later on down the road. As I am upgrading my car, this is one less part that I'm going to have to rebuy in the future. One of the things you can compare between a stock unit and an aftermarket unit is the piston size. Now this is the piston size of the stock valve, and as you can see, that is the size right there compared to the piston size on the SURE Ventus. And you can see the piston size on the Ventus is much bigger. That's just going to allow you to be able to vent a larger amount of air. And if you're going to be modifying your car and upgrading your turbo or adding a downpipe and upping the boost pressure, this one is going to be probably the way to go, just because it has the larger piston just to move a bit more air. Now, the stock recirculator valve is not adjustable. It is what it is. So like I said, if you're going to be keeping your car close to stock, there is nothing wrong with running this. Just every once in a while, make sure to check it and make sure it's operating properly. Make sure it's a little stiff, but make sure that this opens and closes. You don't want this to be jammed up at any time. Maybe even might want to make sure and spray maybe a little bit of lubrication oil in here. Not a lot, just a little, to make sure that this keeps moving freely. One of the things you're going to ask me is, Randy, if I'm just going to keep my car basically stock, why should I upgrade? Well, there's nothing wrong with using the stock recirculator valve if you're going to keep your car at close to stock boost levels. I mean, it does the job, and it's really a fail-proof piece of hardware. It's one of those things where if it isn't broke, don't fix it. So if you're just going to keep your car at stock boost levels, it's quite okay to stay with this. The reason why I switched and went with this is I plan on in the future to make some modifications to my turbo. I'm definitely going to add that downpipe, which I keep talking about in every video, but eventually I will get it done. And once I start upping the boost pressure, I needed to know that my recirculator valve, blow-off valve will be up to the task. And one of the reasons why I grabbed the SURE Ventus is these are adjustable. And what I mean by adjustable is you can unscrew the unit, and here we go. You can replace the spring in here. SURE offers various springs in different tensils. This one is the standard number 430 spring, and what it does, it allows you to adjust the opening of the valve. Now you can screw this back together. Screw it back together like so, and you can actually adjust the spring pressure of the opening of the piston. And as you go into higher boost levels and you need to get a stiffer spring, all you have to do is just open the unit up like I just showed you, put in a heavier spring, close back up, and then you can then adjust for the higher boost pressures that you will be running. Also, I liked that the vacuum port is 360 degrees adjustable, so as you're rotating this, you can pretty much adjust it to where you need it. Another thing is, running one of these, you don't have to get a tune. You basically can install it on your car, tighten it all the way down, and that is the highest spring pressure. That will put it into recirculation, and then you can adjust it from there if you want at higher boost levels to get some vent to air action. You can just adjust it by turning it and adjust that spring pressure. So this is me doing a bit of future proofing, and I got it during Black Friday, and it was a price that I couldn't pass up, so that's one of the reasons why I grabbed it. So now that we've gone over the differences between a reciprocator valve and a blow-off valve, and I've shown you the features of the SURE Ventus, let's get to that installation. You know, I noticed something from the last video that I didn't show properly was when I turned on the new garage lights. I had the camera zoomed in on me so you couldn't actually see the difference in the lighting. So I'm gonna fix that problem today. So as you can see, this is my garage lighting the way it was before I added the lights. It's okay, it's not a lot of light. So it kind of makes it hard to film in here, and I got the garage door closed because today it is right now like 26 degrees, and I really didn't want to have the door open with the cold breeze coming in. So like I said, this is the garage lighting the way it was before I added lights, and ta-da! As you can see, much brighter. It makes it a whole lot easier to be able to film in here. So I just wanted to kind of throw that in as a little extra tidbit for you guys that I should have done in the previous video, but I made it right this time. is how I installed a Ventus from SURE Motorsports on my Mazda Speed 3. And hopefully this video will help you all out there if you're considering getting a new reciprocator or blow-off valve. If you have any questions about this installation or some questions or comments about this video in general, go ahead and leave me something in the comment section and I will make sure to get back to you. So hopefully you all liked the video. If you did, go ahead and leave me one of these. And if you really like the video and the videos on this channel, make sure to click the subscribe button and to click the little bell. I have some very cool projects coming up in the new year and you're not going to want to miss those. I would like to take the time right now to wish all of you out there a happy holidays. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a happy boost year. Hopefully Santa Claus will be bringing you all presents for your projects and we can all get out there and enjoy our Mazda Speed 3s. But unfortunately right now, I gotta get ready to go to work, so I'm gonna do that and I will see you all next time.